Listen, I am not a minimalist, but I spent about 2 years diving headfirst into it. I read the books, I watched the documentaries, and what I came away from it looking at it as, I'm not a minimalist in the case of how most people describe it, having maybe 5 t-shirts, a lamp in the corner, and a mattress in the room, and that's it. I am not that way. However, what I learned from minimalism, from people who really talk about it, and I've read about it in the documentaries, were so many things that I could transfer into my life, and the ideas behind it have saved me so much money, and it really has changed the way I think. So absolutely anybody can listen to these tips and put them to work in their life. It's going to help you stop wanting things. It's going to help you stop feeling as if you don't have enough, and help you spend smarter and reach your goals faster. So in this video, I'm going to present 20 minimalist tips, even if you're not a minimalist type of a person, that can help you save money and simplify your life. Number 1 is to scale down your closet so that you only have the things that you love and you know what you have in that closet. You don't have so many things that you're not even sure what's in there. You are going to then become strategic with anything you add back into that closet. It isn't about the quantity of items in there, it's about the quality of them. So some questions to ask when you're going through your closet are, do you feel good in this piece of clothing? Does it fit? Do you actually wear it? One trick too here is to not buy more hangers. Maybe you select to say, I'm only going to have 30 or 50 hangers, and I can have that many pieces of clothing in my closet at one time. So I've got to narrow it down for that number of hangers. A great question to ask yourself, whether you're going through your closet, trying to eliminate items, or if you decide to bring something back in. Ask yourself, where will I wear this item? If you can't think of a time and a place that you can wear that off the top of your head, it's probably not a good idea to hang on to it or to purchase it. Number 2, just because something is on sale, free, or gifted to you does not mean you should or have to keep it. A lot of times, especially for people who are really frugal, if people give us things, we feel obligated or excited even to take it. But if it's not something we even needed or wanted, it's really not going to benefit our lives. Number 3 is another question to ask. Everything in your home should have a home within your home. So if you're going to buy something, another question is going to be, where is this going to go? If you can't think of a place that it's going to go, don't pick it up at that time. I hear so many people talk about, oh, look how cute this thing is. I just have to have it when they go shopping, window shopping, browsing, shopping as a hobby. Trust me, been there, done that. I've seen all the super cute stuff in the store and you think you need it. But one great question to ask to eliminate the impulse buys is to say, where will this go? Number 4, accountability is a great motivator to make sure you don't spend when you don't need to. Writing down exactly what you buy, also called in financial circles as tracking your expenses, which is a great idea to always do. Write down exactly what you buy. And I'm not talking very broad. I'm talking let's say you made a purchase on Amazon. It was $10.95 and you've used a budget and you track your expenses. Don't just write Amazon. Write, let's say, cake decorating supplies. Whatever specifically the thing you bought at that time. Just like when you have to track what you eat because you're trying to find why you're feeling maybe bloated, or you're trying to track down an allergy, or you're trying to reduce weight, writing down what you write holds you more accountable. And so when you know you have to write it down, you may be less likely to do the thing you have to write down. Number 5 is to create your financial goals, small and big, because minimalism is not just simply about wasting less or having less things. It's about spending and saving more intentionally with an end result in mind. So you may have financial goals of financial freedom or early retirement or a comfortable retirement. For us, our goal is to pay off our house. And if for those of you who have been long-time subscribers, thank you. Thank you to everybody who's a new subscriber as well. But for those of you who know, I've often talked about our goal is to pay off our mortgage. We are currently sitting, for anybody who wants an update, at $64,000 left on our mortgage. We are so very excited, and the closer it gets, the more anticipated excitement that we have. Let me know down in the comments below, what are your goals? What are you watching this are you trying to get out of debt? Are you trying to put more away for savings? Let me know, because again, even just writing it down publicly in those comments is going to help reinforce what your end result is supposed to look like. Number 6, really simple, but very effective. 1 in, 1 out. If a minimalist brings something in, they love the rule of something else has to go. Because when you go and you purchase something and you're looking at buying it, you think again twice about what you already have. If you've done the decluttering, then you know everything in your house should be something you love. So obviously if you're replacing something that's broken or worn out, that's different. But if you want to bring in a new pair of shoes and your rule is, I have to get rid of a pair, then you're really going to think about that new pair and if it's worth a pair you already have. One of the biggest issues I see for people who are spending too much, in a lot of debt, and stressed and stretched financially is that they completely spend mindlessly. Number 7 is minimalism teaches you mindful consumption, or also called intentional shopping. There is an unconscious spending, where you just go swipe, 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 swipe. You don't have any idea how much you've spent. It's a little here, a little there, a little there, and then it all adds up to this huge amount. And at the end of the month or before the next paycheck, you often ask yourself the commonly heard, where did my money go? With intentional spending, making sure you're conscious when you go to spend money, you are going to make better purchasing decisions. Number 8, minimalism not only took off because it was kind of a complete opposite of our consumerist society, but also because it looks clean, it looks calm, it looks more spacious, the aesthetic of it. So look at your space. Does it look clean? Does it look calm? Does it look spacious? Do you want to stay there? I've often said one great way to save money is to stay home, but if your space is not clean, calm, or spacious feeling, then you're not going to want to stay there. So if it's not, look at your space. What can you do to get it to where it feels that way? Number 9 is to create a timeout period. This is a period of time that you have to wait before making or pulling the decision-making lever on a purchase. Rather, before hitting the checkout button, you have to wait 24, 48, 72 hours, maybe longer if it's something that's a larger purchase. So what this does is put some distance between an impulse and something you actually need. Also, one of my favorite ways to do this is to just put stuff in the cart. I can't tell you how good it feels sometimes when you have, because I'm a spender, FYI, if you didn't know that. Meaning I have that impulse to spend. That's how I got into debt in my 20s and how I learned how to get my rear end out of it. But because I'm a spender, I know that sometimes you just have to scratch that itch. And a way to scratch that itch for me is just to put things in the cart and I'll leave the cart. I'm not talking about going to the supermarket or the store, taking the cart, filling it with things and leaving it in the middle of the store. Don't do that. Not very nice. I'm talking about when you're shopping online. So sometimes it's just nice to put things in the cart. There's a huge sale at your favorite retailer and you just put all the things that you love. A couple of things happen here. Oftentimes, again, you scratch that itch. The other thing that could happen is maybe there's one piece that you really loved and you are going to leave it in that cart. There are many times there are many retailers that when you set that up, they will then email you a coupon or a discount code saying, hey, you left something in your cart and you can save money. But again, only use that if there's something you really want and you use that timeout period. Number 10, you don't need a home to fit your stuff. You need to fit your stuff in your home. There are so many people that buy houses that are too large in budget, too large for their pocket, but they want the space to fill it with their stuff. They don't have place to park. They park in the driveway or on the street because their garage is filled with things. Take the space that you are in and try to make sure your things fit in that space. Number 11, I'm telling you, I was a spender in my early 20s and shopping was a hobby. Number 11 is don't use shopping as a hobby. If you were to have asked me, if you'd met me in my mid 20s, what do you like to do? I would have said, I like to go shopping. And now that blows my mind because what a hobby to have, right? But there are so many people that use it as a hobby. I remember when I finally picked up and was like, I want to do YouTube, but I wasn't even really sure the direction I wanted to take, but it was a fun hobby. And now it's grown to what it is, and it astounds me every day how it has grown and how it continues to grow. But what a fun and frugal hobby. I literally get to talk to you, enjoy the time that I spend here, and hopefully help others make better financial decisions. And there are so many other great frugal hobbies, baking, crafts, all kinds of things that could be done in place of shopping. We're going to get into number 12, but am I right? The first 11 already. The minimalist ideas and tips can be used by anybody to help save money and simplify life. It's amazing how it kind of coincides with a frugal living and life. And number 12 is to have daily routines that keep your home put together. This may be a 10-minute declutter at the end of the day. This may be you do all the laundry on Sunday, but you have routines that are put in place. There are a lot of science-backed evidence about how routines can help simplify your life, help reduce stress, which in the end, what that does is stress can cause people to spend. All of that helps keep that calm environment that you spend the most time in nice and clean and, again, spacious and decluttered. Number 13, in general, if you have the funds to do so or you can save up to do so, choose quality over quantity every time. And this is with anything, with furniture, with clothing, with anything that you buy. Because what happens is the longer that you can keep something, maybe the more classic the style of it is, the more neutral the color palette, the better quality built it was, then the more uses you can get out of it. That is what's called it's less cost per use. So I always give this example to help kind of reiterate this point. Let's say you have found a t-shirt for $60. That would be a pretty expensive t-shirt, but just go with me here. And you wore it 60 times. That would be a $1 per use wear. Let's say you found a t-shirt for $30, but it only lasted about 6 washes. That's a $5 per wear use. Which one is the better deal? So if you can and you have the money to do so, choose quality over quantity. And remember, quality doesn't always mean expensive. It means researching, reading reviews, and understanding what you're purchasing. Number 14 is just a good life lesson for absolutely everybody on earth. And it's to realize that you can only control the controllables in your life. Meaning there are many things that you worry about, that you think about, that you catastrophize about, that you think, you play out the scenario in your head, and there is no way you could control it. You have to realize if you're worried about something or something's happening or there's a situation that's stressing you out or you're worried about the state of the world, which who isn't, right? Realize what can I actually do? What you can always do is you can control yourself. That's it. What happens within the 4 walls of your home. So if you can remember this during times of stress, it will be extremely helpful. Control the controllables. Always use that phrase when you're trying to figure out a financial situation, a financial mess. It helps calm you down and helps sit you to where you can see more clearly. If this video was helpful, please click on that like button. Also, you can share it with somebody else you know that might enjoy it. Click on the subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back for more videos.